Anand, wake up, bro.
Just like Hero Motocorp has woken up. I mean, the popular dialogue which goes like, "Shuru majboori mein kiye the bada maza aa raha hai," that stands very true when you take a good look at Hero Motocorp's recent journey. I mean, just take a look at it. They have recently launched the Extreme 160R 4V, the Xpulse 200 4V, the Zoom gearless scooter, and now they have revived the legendary Karizma. I seriously want to have what Hero Motocorp guys are having. Just pass me the number, no? But on a very serious note, times have changed because as far as I remember, when the first Karizma rolled out on our streets, it took us by storm because there was no other motorcycle that could even come close to the Karizma in its class. And despite continuous assaults from motorcycles like the Bajaj Pulsar 220F, the Karizma's popularity, it raged on. But now it is not just the Pulsars or the Apaches that is going to make the Karizma XMR's life tougher, because there's a whole horde of motorcycles that the XMR is going to battle with. So how does it fare in modern times? Is it still legendary enough to cast the same magic spell? That is exactly what we are about to find out today. This is Anand Pandey, you're watching BBC Top Game Mag India, and this is the first ride review of the Hero Karizma XMR. You might definitely remember the last few generations of the Karizma. They were not so good looking motorcycles, but I'm happy to report that that has finally changed with the XMR, because when you take a good look at the overall silhouette of the motorcycle, it is going to impress you, and out in the real world, it actually looks like a very pretty motorcycle. But when you take a good look at it, when it is coming from a distance, I would go as far as saying that it kind of resembles a mini CBR 1000RR, and that isn't a bad thing at all.
Moreover, you cannot help but notice that the design of the DRLs resemble the ones found on the Zoom gearless scooter, and I don't think that it is a bad thing at all. There's something called brand identity as well, no? The LED indicators as well look modern and gel well with the rest of the motorcycle. The XMR might be a fully faired sports tourer, but it doesn't feel big between your legs. A bigger fuel tank would not only have added to its touring credentials, but it would have also made the XMR look a little bulkier. However, the sleek and sharp silhouette of the motorcycle actually works in the real world, which is further complemented by a sharp tail section. Hero has made sure to future-proof the motorcycle and entice young buyers that they are getting something thoroughly modern. The LCD instrument cluster is loaded with information like average fuel economy, range, service reminder, two trip meters, and other ride-related data. It can also be paired to your phone via Bluetooth, enabling connected features and turn-by-turn navigation. Hero has also understood the assignment of making good switchgear. After impressing us with the Extreme 160R 4V, they have continued to do that with the Karizma XMR too. The left toggle switches can be used to shuffle between information.
When you consider the basic mechanicals or the basic underpinnings of the motorcycle, the Karizma XMR, it sort of looks basic on the spec sheet, but Hero has implemented some first-in-class features that we find on the Karizma XMR, including adjustable windshield. So all you need to do is press this button that is there on the side panel, which is a little hard to press, and once you do that, you just need to pull up the windshield or put it down like that. And I'm pretty sure that it is going to prove to be a boon if you're riding on the highways battling wind blasts at triple-digit speeds. Another first-in-segment feature that we get to see on the Karizma XMR is intelligent illumination, and that we also saw on the Harley-Davidson X440. Call it technology sharing if you will. So what it basically does is puts on the headlight once the daylight goes out, and that will really come in handy if you're riding in the night. So what made the first generation of the Karizma quite legendary in the Indian motorcycling scenario was it allowed us to head out while being comfortable. That was an amazing sports tourer, and that stands true in the XMR as well, because we get to see race clip-ons here which are not too aggressive, so you still sit, I would say, not pretty upright, but this isn't too uncomfortable either. And the foot pegs, they aren't too rear set too. So I can totally imagine myself crunching miles after miles on the Karizma XMR. And when I'm in the mode to attack those corners, I'm pretty sure that this riding stance is going to support that as well. So that is a pretty sweet balance that we find in the aggressiveness and the comfort that you need on those long highway hauls. Even the rear view mirrors that we get to see here, they provide pretty good visibility from what's coming from behind. So not only has Hero Motocorp revived the legendary Karizma, they've also taken a pretty huge step when you consider the overall engineering of their motorcycles, because this is the very first motorcycle to carry a Hero badge that features a liquid-cooled engine and double overhead camshaft. So what you see right there is a 210cc liquid-cooled 4-valve DOHC engine, which puts down 25.2 PS and 20.4 Newton meters of torque. And these are sort of class-leading figures when you consider 200cc motorcycle segment. Now this engine comes mated to a 6-speed gearbox, which is further complemented by a light slip and assist clutch. Another trait which made the legendary Karizma so popular back in the day was that particular engine, the 223cc one, which was a reliable unit and also a very tractable one. And that stands true with this particular engine as well, because it can chug along at 36 or 38 kilometers per hour in the top gear itself, and it doesn't mind pulling right from there. The only major gripe that I have with this particular engine is the vibrations, because you can feel a constant buzz on the foot pegs and under your crotch area as well as soon as you cross 5000 RPM mark on the tachometer. Now the vibrations might not be that bothersome that they won't ruin your ride experience by that fair margin, but what is bothersome is that constant buzzing sound that you get from the front fairing. Now I'm not sure that whether that particular thing is reserved for this particular unit only, that I need to confirm with Hero Motocorp, but that buzzing sound, that is quite irritating, and that comes at only certain RPMs and not always. So those vibrations, that buzzing sound is quite infrequent, but it is still very, very irritating nonetheless. Apart from that, I have very good things to say about this particular engine, because when you think about it, this has it all. It has low-end grunt, the mid-range surge, and some top-end fun as well. So it just pulls and pulls after 3000 RPM, and that pull never stops until unless you reach the 10,000 RPM red line.
The engine, it has a very flat torque curve, which is basically devoid of any flat spot. This translates into a linear yet grunty power delivery throughout the rev range. Low-end grunt might not be that pronounced, but after 5000 RPM, it feels like the engine has woken up a little more, and by the time you reach the red line, it is completely awake. It is actually pretty fun revving this engine and riding the XMR fast. At 163.5 kilograms, the XMR isn't a heavy motorcycle, and that too adds some points to its peppy behavior. Cruising at 110 km per hour whole day long definitely seems doable on the XMR. The clutch action is also light, courtesy of slip and assist clutch, and the gearbox is also a charm to work around with.
Now that we are talking about the engine, it would be a sin not to hear that exhaust note. Do let us know in the comment section below that what do you think about the exhaust note of the Karizma XMR. So what has helped Hero Motocorp in keeping the cost in check and price the Karizma XMR so aggressively is the use of basic underpinnings. So up front we get to see 37mm telescopic forks, and at the back we get a 6-step adjustable monoshock. Now these aren't groundbreaking underpinnings, but we all know that if you get the basics right, magic happens. And that stands sort of true when it comes to the Karizma XMR. It is touted to be a sports tourer, and a sports tourer should absorb undulations really well, and that is the case with the XMR. I mean, we only got to ride the XMR for around 60 to 70 kilometers today, but that also included some pretty pothole-ridden roads as well, and that showed that the Karizma XMR is going to prove to be an amazing sports tourer, because the way it absorbed all the bumps yet inspired confidence around bends was something that left me impressed.
However, if you're someone who loves corner carving and value feedback and tautness more than ride quality, the XMR might make you feel wanting for more. For those people, there's the KTM RC200 and the R15 V4, but then again, the XMR's balance between ride quality and composure is worth the praises. The suspension setup fits the characteristic and the purpose of the motorcycle like a tailor-made glove. Braking components include pedal discs at both the ends that measure 300 mm for the front and 230 mm for the rear. It is also the very first motorcycle from Hero to feature dual-channel ABS, and even the braking performance on offer is pretty potent and leaves no room for any complaint. However, shorter riders might find its 810 mm seat height slightly on the steeper side.
With the new XMR, the Karizma is indeed back. I mean, all of us know that Hero went a little astray with the past few generations of the Karizma. But with the new XMR, not right now. With the new XMR, the Karizma seems to be on the right track. I mean, if you can ignore the slightly vibey characteristics of the engine or on the body panels as well, the Karizma XMR, it is actually a very lively, enjoyable, potent and a very good looking motorcycle in person. The new XMR, it stays very true to the charisma genes of a capable sports tourer, and that introductory price makes its deal even sweeter than it already is. So if you're in the market looking for a capable sports tourer around 2 lakh rupee mark, the Karizma XMR, it makes a really strong case for itself. And also, please get this in the signature yellow shade. I tried doing that, but here we are with the right shade. I mean, it does look pretty, but get in that particular color. Now that we are talking about the XMR, I cannot help but wonder that how cool would it be to have a bigger, more powerful, with a bigger displacement Karizma to have on our streets. And on that high and optimistic note, it is time to bid goodbye. This is all folks, this is Anand Pandey from BBC.Mag India signing off, and we cannot really wait to have this Karizma XMR for an extensive road test so we can come back to you with even more observations and even more quirks. This is all folks, I'll see you around. And in the comment section below, do let us know that what do you think about the Karizma XMR. Don't be mean. Before you do that, just go out to the showrooms, take a test ride of the motorcycle. That is all. With the new XMR, I know, all of us know. But with the new XMR, not right now. With the new XMR, the Karizma sports tourer. And that, I was waiting for that only. To see a bigger, badder, and with more displacement.